Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room, they'll be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Raffle Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and today we're doing I Don't Care What the Song Is. It includes apparently a lollipop. So whatever song we're doing, it's a delicious song. And this is our chat moderator, the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I can't see.
I can't hear you.
Oh, what?
I don't think so.
How about now?
No, not at all. Go again.
How
Ready,
about
set.
now?
Nope, still nothing. Well, that was nice. You're pressing the button? And it's,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you've done this a million times. I know. I don't know why I would even ask you that. Well, Kendra's not quite here, but she might be later. I'm pretty sure Kloppel's here, though. And he's wanting us to move along with this song. Because it's a crazy... Hey, buddy. I like that hat. Very nice. So this is a crazy long song. So we need to get into this. Don't try to do the whole entire song. That's not smart, probably. Unless you've already done a whole lot of these songs before. This one is both fast and it is really long. Which is why when we're talking about like how hard it is to do, melodic difficulty 10 out of 10. It's actually like 101 out of 100. It's like slightly more than 10 out of 10. So this is not the best song to be your first song ever. But if you've already done a bunch of songs, then let's get to this thing. We need to find a G to start off the song. So we're just gonna take any group of 3 black notes like those right there. And we're gonna take the middle note and drag it a little bit down. We'll land on a G every single time. So again, group of 3, we take the middle note, we drag it down, we land on a G. So that's our first note, and we're gonna go from there up to a C, which means skipping over 2 notes, and we're up on that one. So again, if it's your first time ever playing a song, this might be too fast already. Like we might feel a little bit lost already, but go back, just try to find those first 2 notes. Group of 3, take the middle note, drag it down, and then jump over 2 notes, and say the words, "we're off, we're off." So that's the first 2 notes there. We're off, and make sure you like literally say the words out loud. We're off. And then you're gonna come right back down to that same note that you started on to say the word to. We're off to. Honestly, if you get like this first line down, that might be enough for most people, because that's like kind of the only part that most people know out of the song is we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Like that much of it would be like plenty to work on for most people. So we're off to are the first 3 notes, and then we want to skip from that G down 2 notes over the F to get to the E. So that's the next one. And some of you might recognize this as a C chord in first inversion. If you're in like Kloppel Academy level 3 or higher, then you recognize this chord right here. We're off to C. Those are kind of important notes on the piano. We're off to C, and then we're gonna go up 1 note from there to get to the, and then up 1 note to get to whiz, and then ard is up to that C. So it's really just these 4 notes right here. If you can put a finger on each of those notes, we're off to see the wizard. That's the most important part of the song. And then the next part starts on a G, the same note that we started the song on. And we're gonna go down to this next line and play an A, which is 1 note up, down to a G, then down to an F, right below it, right below that one for whiz, and then turn back up to get to the F, and then skip down to a D, and then play a C. And you'll need to pause and practice this a whole lot of times in order to get that down, because it's just the number of directions you have to change and how fast it is and all that stuff. It just takes a lot of practice to play we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's plenty for most people to practice. If we played it along with the track, it would sound something like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Yeah, crazy, crazy fast. So that's it for most people. You should just practice that much of it. For all of you long-time students who are like, yeah, cool, I got that, I'm ready for the next section, then you would want to move on to another C after that and say the word out loud, we. Then here, he is all, those are all C's. And then the next 2 are also C's, but as you can tell, they're not the same C's. Those should be way, way higher. So we're gonna go from here up to here. So they're both C's, but these last 2 C's are gonna be way higher. Here, he is and then come down 1 note from there to play 3 B's and say whiz of and then down 1 note to get to the 2 A's and say whiz if. Then we're gonna jump from there up to 4 D's. So this is the highest note we've played so far in the song. Ever a whiz, and then the note there is a B, and the note for was is a G. So that's a lot already. Make sure if you're attempting all of that, that you pause the video and practice just that much. Along with the track, it would sound like something like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. Okay, yeah, so again, that's probably plenty for most people. But if you want to move on, you'd go back to that same G again, if, then we got a whole bunch of A's all in a row. Make sure you're saying the words so you don't lose track of how many A's you've played. It would be ever, oh, ever. Cool, try that. Ever, oh, ever. And then one note up there for and then one note up for whiz. And then remember I said these 3 notes are kind of important? These are gonna show up a whole lot. And those 3 notes in that order are gonna show up right there. Whiz, there was. And then Wizard of Oz is gonna be 2 F's, and then an E, and then a D. Then back up to the F is, and then EDC. And then we got the same thing with the jump of the C to the C, because B. So that all of those are C's, but you can see these last 2 C's are way, way higher. So we got to make sure we go up on those 2. Because B. So those are all just C's and B's and A's right there. Because is that D again? And we got a whole bunch more of those. Because of the wonderful things, all D. Then we're gonna skip down to a B and then skip down to a G. And then good news, the next section actually finally repeats. We're off to see the wizard. That part is all the same stuff you've already played. We're off to see the wizard. And then this last one is the section that you need to finish the song off. It's gonna be a D, E, F, E, D, E, D, C. There you go. That is all of the notes for it. Let's try that thing with the track. This is kind of insane. Again, if this is your first song, don't try to do all the notes. Maybe just the first part. We're off to see the wizard. And even that's going to take a lot of practice to get that up. All right, Clapple says this will be our last time through. Here we go. We're gonna try all of these notes, but make sure you're pausing and practicing the video wherever you need so that you can slow down and take this thing at your pace and get just the notes that you care about. I'm gonna try to play through all of them. Let's go with the track. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, go. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever, oh ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one. Because. Whole bunch of these all in a row. Because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay, tons and tons and tons of notes, but just try the first section and then take a break and, I don't know, maybe do the weekly activity. Kendra, tell us about it.
This week is the treble clef dice, and you just cut out the dice and tape them together so you can test yourself on the treble clef. And tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from Clapple, our favorite mascot.
And that's going to help out a whole lot when you go to like level 2 and 3 and 4 and stuff, because that just knowing what the treble clef notes are, that's kind of a big deal. And another big deal is what we got this week in Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week is from Charisse L, who says, Dear Jamin, what other instruments do you teach besides piano? So we're trying to add to this site drums and guitar and ukulele just as soon as possible. We also have banjo and bass that we're going to be adding in, and then maybe some flute and saxophone down the road. But I think drums and guitar are the biggest ones for right now that everyone's most excited about. So yeah, hopefully those are coming up. And I don't know, what else do I teach? I guess a little bit of harmonica or something. Recorder? I don't know. whatever. It's all fun. If you want to learn, I want to learn with you. And we have a little bit of secret information.
Secret information.
This week in our secret information box. Now, if you're a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you already got one of these and you already know what's in our secret information folder. But this week, it says that this song ends with a sequence. A sequence. A sequence. I feel like we've heard that term before. Let's take a look at the end of this song here. These notes right here are a sequence. They actually are. Okay, so if we take this set of 3 right here, this is kind of tricky. If we take that set of 3 notes, just 3 notes that all go in a row, that's right there. If we just flip it upside down, that sequence is the same as that next set. So we play that, which is just a sequence of this. And then this right here is a sequence of that same thing. So we just took this pattern of like 3 notes in a row, and then we just flipped it upside down, and then we moved it over. So we took this, and then we flipped it upside down, and then we moved that whole thing down. And then if we did it again, we'd be there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and we could flip it upside down. So this song does end with a sequence just like we've talked about before. The next thing it says in our folder is that a fast 6/8 can just feel like a swung 4/4. Okay, yeah, so this one is actually, if we go ahead, again, this is secret information, so you don't have to know this stuff yet because this is not for most people. But if you skip ahead into level 2, you'll see it says 6/8 right there. But if you listen to the play-along track is in 4. Listen to this. I'm going to count along with the track. Check this out. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you listen to the track, you're thinking, okay, this song's got 4 beats in every measure. However, this one right here is written in 6 because a 6/8 feels just like a swung 4/4. So now let me do the same thing, but I'm going to count it in 6. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This same exact track works for 6/8 or for 4/4 because a 6/8 just feels like a swung 4/4. There's one thing left on our list. It says that a lot of songs in this movie rely on octave jumps in the melody. That's actually true. So this song, of course, is from Wizard of Oz. And in the Wizard of Oz, we've got a lot of jumps of an octave, which is really weird. In most songs, we don't jump an octave very frequently. But this one, we already ran into that thing right there, jumping from a C to a C, which you usually don't have to sing that. But that shows up like 2 or 3 times in this song. It's also the song that we use for when we're playing our game of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere. The very first 2 notes in that song are an octave jump. And it's other places in the song, in the movie too. So when you're watching the movie, listen to the songs and see if you can find the other octave jumps. There are other places in the movie. Well, that's it for our secret information, which means it's time to do our raffle. Let's find out if you won. Way to go, Izzy. Let us know what prize it is that you want. Everybody else, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.